Hi, everyone. Welcome once again to this celebration of the sport of hockey on the ice
What?
surface, the ice hockey celebration podcast.
Is
Here it is
this
Barn Burner, it's Boomer, it's Warner, it's Ryan Pinder on a Wednesday in the late stages of the month of March, Easter weekend nearly upon us. Is it ham? Is that what you do at Easter? Do we ham it up? Can you turkey? I don't know what the rules are.
I'm a lamb guy myself. The
Oh,
ham is
lamb.
always there, but I don't look forward to the ham. I look forward to the lamb.
lamb? That's a
Lamb.
banger right there.
Not sure about the lamb.
Why?
What?
Never acquired a taste for the lamb. It's not my thing.
Oh,
Sorry, guys.
Have
I got to
had
tell you,
a-
I think
Can
you're
be
eating
upfront.
shitty lamb if this is an issue.
I'm just going to be upfront with you. I'm not going to, I'm not going to try and BS you about this.
Hmm.
I'm just not a lamb guy.
I think where'd you have your lamb?
I don't remember. So long ago.
Exactly.
Okay.
So you had
That's my
shitty
point.
lamb when you were a teenage kid. They told you it was lamb. It was actually rabbit, and now you don't like lamb.
This is like drinking tequila 15 years ago. You're like, I hate tequila. Yeah, because it wasn't real tequila. It was horse shit. Now we finally have good tequila. You got to get back into the lamb game, Dean.
Gonna make you roastines, lamb skewers. Beautiful. Just salt over the grill, baby. Pick your teeth with the stick after. You'll
Yeah.
love it.
No, it's all good. It's all good. Honest.
You know what? You're the most frustrated. I can see why people in your house they go on vacation because you're
Yeah.
a very frustrating human. I can
I
see
guess.
why Bear is a dick.
Yeah.
Oh,
You won't
do you
try the
think
lamb.
Bear's lashing out against Boomer?
I think that it's the harsh stance that Big Dean Boom Boom has, and it's putting people off in the house.
He's
He
not
m-
very open-minded about lamb. He's not letting him steal chew toys.
Come
What the
on.
Maybe he
hell's
loves
going on?
lamb. Maybe that's what it is.
Yes.
He's like, this a-hole. It's just the same food all the time.
No wonder
When's
this-
the lamb coming, big
'Cause
boy?
you don't lamb. He's got to eat chicken.
Yeah.
Enough
did you and-
goddamn chicken. I want some
No good.
lamb, buddy.
Yeah.
You and
Hey,
Bear,
Bucko.
it started so well. When did this go sour? This feels like a recent development, you and Bear. Have you talked to anyone about this? Are you seeing some sort of a counselor, you and Bear?
No, we're just powering through. We're just pushing it all down like everything else
Oh,
in
okay.
my life.
Just
All
ram it
the-
down and pretend it's not happening.
Ram it down.
And then every once in a while, there'll be a
Push
big
it down.
outburst with Bear.
Yeah, yeah. Then I leave for a few days, and I come back and, okay, how's everyone doing? We'll just pretend nothing happened. Everything's
Right.
good. Everything's fresh.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. One of the best parts about doing Afterburner and then Barn Burner the next day
Mm.
is you get to double up
You really get soaking.
talking about
Well, all the,
certain games. And last night, I don't know, we went an hour or so on
Yeah, we did.
Afterburner, and I got home. I was like, geez, I got so much more to say. There's so much
miss.
that I really want to get into. So thank goodness we're here again today to
Yeah.
really peel back the layers on this 3-1 loss to the Chicago Blackhawks. Is that what it was?
Well, there's certain games every year, Dean, that require just a little more.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I was
analysis.
just happy to dive in after the outdoor game because we did the shows that led up to it, all the hoopla. We did a live stream, then we did
Yeah,
Afterburner. Then we came in the next day and did a real show.
And talked about it again.
Some of these
Yeah.
games need a lot, but between the outdoor game and last night, not a ton of compliments to hand out.
I'll say this: I feel like I'm getting, labeled as a bit of a malcontent. But I'll say this: the Sabres Flames game was blacked out for you in Buffalo, Red. I hope last night's game was also blacked out for you.
Yeah, just for your sake.
It wasn't officially blacked out, but I can be quite honest with you. I've got a
Hmm.
Panther fan in the house. That game turned on.
Yeah.
I'm not switching channels.
That game was awesome, by the way.
That game was phenomenal. And I was
Like-
going to swear, and I don't want to swear. Phenomenal.
I saw most of the first half of it, and then we had to switch over to the scintillating 6 loss in their last 7 against the Hawks or the Flames. But at that point, Boston was getting bullied. Florida was pushing them around. It was good stuff, physical.
Great game right till the end. Boston comes back, and I would not say they did anything special to pull out the victory, but rather that the Panthers kind of maybe peed their pants a little bit to kind of
Mhm.
let a
Yeah.
little out
Yeah,
down the
yeah.
leg. And it's,
Big question for you, Rhett.
Yeah.
Was it a banger?
100% banger, Ryan.
Banger. Total banger.
And I did notice in the intermission that this Detroit Washington game was at 1-1. And
oh,
Hey, we said had to
I
kind
had
of
hope.
convince you yesterday.
yeah.
there was
Banger.
one other game that I had on as well. I think it was
Rangers
the-
Philly.
Yes.
And question for you:
Banger.
was it?
I thought it would be a banger. And it was.
And it was.
Ah.
Yeah. 2-0 lead. Flyers out shooting. I think 26-12 were the shots at one point. Flyers in control. And then look out. Here come the Rangers. And then it gets to OT. A soft goal.
A little bit. Nice
Soft
shot,
goal.
but should have been stopped.
But I mean, overtime at Madison Square Garden. Overtime for the Wings and the Caps.
OT for the
Well,
Oilers
Overtime
and
for the
Jets?
Oilers and Jets.
I did catch that as well.
Good question, Rhett.
Banger.
Banger. Total banger.
Total banger.
And
We're
we
3
said,
weeks away from
There
playoffs,
were
boys.
at least 6 or 7 games that were absolute studs, bangers, however you want to refer to it.
Mhm.
And then there were a couple of
not so bangy.
less
Yeah.
bang. Stop.
What would you call a
hammering.
non-banger?
Yeah,
Is
stop.
what
Is that
they
a hard
were.
pass? Is that what we're calling that one?
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
There were a few hard passes last night. Like Seattle got up 4-0 on Anaheim right quick. That would have been a hard pass. Flames Hawks, hard pass.
yeah.
The Arizona game turned out to be good, but I had fears because it was Columbus. But good thing they called up Doan's kid. That saved the day.
Yeah. Awesome for Doan's kid. What a guy. That's great, but that's not a banger game. Come on.
Oh, you know what? We're forgetting Nashville, Vegas. 3-0.
Nashville
Yes.
Vegas
4-1.
banger.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Vegas, look at Vegas going to roll into Nashville and just totally. Oh, so you guys haven't lost since when? February? Here's a loss. Take that. No.
Nuh-uh.
No siree, Bob.
Nuh-uh.
Bucko.
Not in Music City, Bucko. So lots of bangers. Just none of them involving the team that we, for some reason, cover on a fairly
They've had a
regular
lot of
basis.
bangers. So you're going to have a hard pass every once in a while.
Was the Buffalo game a banger?
I
Nope.
think the problem, Dean, just to help Pinder out with his weak argument.
Mm.
The Flames Blackhawks game might have been a banger if there were no other games that night.
No, that was a hard pass.
So it's kind of like depending on how many hot girls are at the bar,
Oh, yeah.
it
Yeah.
affects how hot specific people may or may not be.
So I never saw the show, but I heard there was a reality TV show called like Average Joe or something. And they get all these rockets that are like filling out applications to be on reality TV shows. And they ram them on set and make them do all this dumb reality TV shit. And it's just some schleb, some dude. It's not like a good looking dude. He's not particularly handsome or wealthy or interesting.
Does
But it's just the competition and the lack of supply of bangers that maybe turns a hard pass into a banger, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of what I'm getting at.
Did anyone see that show, by the way? Average Joe, I think.
I don't
No.
watch TV.
Yeah.
I don't know how to turn it on.
How's that?
Fourth straight loss for the Flames. They have lost 7 of their last 9.
Oh, did they
And-
lose?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
We can't sit here acting we're surprised. We kind of saw this. Didn't
I'm
we?
not surprised or disappointed.
No, it's fine. It is what it is. There's 3 weeks. It's going to be a little bit miserable. The rest of the season's been rather enjoyable.
Old long hair over there. Giddy last night
Oh, man.
with
Where's the
the
public?
out of town scoreboard and the inverse standings
Was
and that whole
good.
thing. He had all 4 colors of pen going last night.
Oh!
Black and blue and red, and then the green came out. Oh, arts and crafts. Arts and crafts at the Greagle.
The green
What a
is the
night.
inverse standings. That pen had a night.
Can I ask you a question, actually? I
Mhm.
noticed a lot. For some reason, I don't know why I picked up on it.
Yeah.
In a lot of these games, they'd have the benches in the shots after whistles and stuff.
Yeah.
And these coaches
It was-
writing shit down like,
Yeah.
Didn't you just watch the fucking play?
Board. They got all kinds of stuff going on. They got the tablets.
Like you've got video coaches and you've got guys that break down, and then you've got AI that does a lot of the video stuff. Yet you still feel the need to look important.
Or even if you have like a voice memo or something. 62 was straight shit on that play.
Yeah.
60, whatever Miranov, no good. Tell Conroy.
Whatever his name
Bad
is,
deal.
the guy on our team.
You signed Huberdeau before he played a game for the team. You signed Miramanov to an extension before he played. Both 0 for 2. Tell Conroy.
Oh, are we souring on Miro?
I'm not souring.
Not souring. It was never sweet.
It's. I was taught this early in life. When people expect nothing, you never disappoint them.
That's kind of where we should be with Miro.
That's where I am with Miro and the team, to be honest.
Yeah, so not sour, just
no. I know. Yeah, you had to use a name in your little microphone example, but
yeah.
Miro.
So what are they writing down? Like, I know that you're a avid artist. Like, what are these idiots?
Well, typically they'd like to sketch out the faces of the referees, kind of like when you go to court. They have the people that draw because you're not allowed cameras, and then they'll show it and be like, "This motherfucker, he screwed us tonight."
Holy wow. Effort.
Another thing I did notice is that the refs sucked last night.
Did they? Mm-hmm. Which games?
In the limited viewing?
Or just there were various games with various penalty calls.
Right.
With just, you were wrong, Mr. Referee. And
the Boston broadcast was apoplectic on one of the slashing calls, but Boston was losing and Brick.
I'm not buying into any Jack Edwards bullshit.
Down.
I'm actually watching and going, yeah, that was not that man's stick. No.
Yeah. No. All right. Now, you know what? We've stumbled out of the gates here. We got talking about Lamb, and then we got talking about like all of this sort of thing. We need to do our opening statements for McLeod Law, but we have to now pause on that because our regular Wednesday guest is ready to roll.
This guy just jump in whenever he wants.
Yes. That is the straight answer to that. Yes. On my screen, I see it'll go boop. A thing pops up. It's like, oh, they're ready to roll. It's time to go to the Insider Hotline. It's a presentation of TELUS. You can win one of 6 monthly prizes with TELUS, including tickets to Calgary hockey games, awesome tech like AirPods, Apple Watches, and more. No purchase necessary. All you have to do is fill out a quick survey to enter for your chance to win. Go online, TELUS.com/Flames contest. Jamie McLennan is there.
There he is.
Hi, guys.
Is he in Edmonton?
I know that back. Can I ask you a question that's not hockey related?
Yes. What's up?
Are you a tragically hip fan?
I mean, yes. I have a couple crazy hip stories if you want. I mean, I'm a fan of the band, but I'm not like a radical. Like I'm not a guy. I like the band, love them, respect them. And then when Gord got sick, they went on the goodbye tour. I flew to Calgary. That was one of the greatest shows I've ever seen.
Really?
I have, you guys know, I'm like the Forrest Gump of the world. For some reason, I'm always in the background of like the weirdest things. My friend who is ultra wealthy and from Toronto or lived in Toronto. He has a $50 million house in Miami now.
Jeff O'Neill?
No, it's not Jeff O'Neill. So I'm in Toronto years ago, and I get a phone call from him saying, hey, my partner has a house on what's called the Bridle Path, which is like where Drake lives in the wealthiest area in Toronto. Okay. They have a block party every year. Why don't you come? And so that day, I'm kind of hanging out, having a beer or whatever. And he's like, come on over right now. Steve Aoki is in the backyard. And we're just having a private party. He's like throwing cakes around doing, he's doing his thing. I'm like, okay, well, I'll be there. I end up not making it. I just make the tail end. Okay. And he goes, okay, well, we're going to have dinner and stuff. And then the band's going to go on around 8:00. And I'm like, okay, yeah, who's playing? I'm thinking it's, house band or whatever. It was the Hip. They had the Hip played in front of 800 people. Jeez. And, you go into the backyard, obviously this palatial estate, like ridiculous house, $100 million house, whatever it was. And I go around the corner and, the band is there. Like they're just chilling. like getting their instruments organized. And it's weird. I've met Gord a few times because he's a goalie too. That's the other thing. He was a goalie. So
the loneliest end of the rink.
So we BS'd a little bit. It was one of the greatest shows I've ever been to, as far as just, I've got buddies who are in the music business and that. So you're side stage, backstage. I just like stood there 8 feet from the band drinking while they were playing. And it was ridiculous. So that endeared me even more to the band. So it was amazing. But yes, getting back, that's a long answer to a short question. Yes, I'm a fan of the Hip, but they aren't like my number one band, but I certainly love them.
Well, you've screwed up the second half of the question because of the life you live and the person you are, Forrest. Like there's a band down here. They've actually played at my wedding, and they're called the Strictly Hip. And they do hip cover. And I was going to say, because you don't travel very much, if you wanted to come down and watch the Strictly Hip with me one night.
I will do that in a heartbeat because I love cover bands. You guys know what was it? Morgan's Pub, Tuesday nights. What was that? What's the name of that band?
Broken Toys.
Broken Toys. They played Robin's wedding. Those guys were awesome.
I only went once. It's one of the greatest stories of my life.
Yeah. I mean, Morgan's got a little gritty near the end. I think Brad had to sell because he got shot or something like that. Like all hell was breaking loose. But you know what? Like I love cover bands, and especially the guys who play in them, because they've got skin in the game. They love it. So yes, I will 100% drive to Buffalo, and we'll make a night of it. You buy the PF Chang's, I will buy the booze.
I'm paying for all of it because you're a good chap. The other thing, again, because you don't travel much, I'm thinking about driving over to Springfield, and I was going to bug Conroy over there. If you want to hop in, I got room for you.
Springfield, like
Mass.
Oh, Mass. Okay, yeah, done. I mean, we need a little road tour. Let's rent an RV. We'll do a little
get a driver.
Do a road tour. Exactly. I'm not driving it. But
Boomer just smiled for the second time this week. Did you see that? He's in. He's totally in.
Yeah, I can dig that. Yeah, I can dig that. Because I've heard you guys. There's some RV stories and old women getting tackled and stuff like that.
Oh,
so
nice.
Yeah, it's not good. That's when you had the bus rentals, and like those people won't even pick up my calls anymore. Like I would lose every venue that I rented back in the day. I would lose my damage deposit, and I would feel bad because the damage deposit back then would be like $200, and it was
even close to the.
It's not even. Yeah, it's not even good.
Or whirlwind goes through, and
exactly. So no, definitely we'll have some sort of a pub crawl / city crawl. We'll do it.
Well, I wondered if you were going to be because Ottawa Buffalo tonight, correct? I wondered if you were going to be calling up your old buddy Retro while you were in town, if you were going to be in town.
I'm not in town because Wednesday night hockey is Sportsnet. So
those assholes. Yeah.
Thursday, so that we have the property tomorrow. I'm actually not calling the game. I'm on the panel. So I'm part of the broadcast, but not calling it. I'm on the panel tomorrow night. So I will be on Sports Center talking about the Ottawa Buffalo game tonight. But as you know, the machine never stops. You either work in studio or work on site. So I will be doing that.
Well, tune in early for the Sabres pregame because
you're on there.
Yours truly.
Just remember the name of the podcast, bud? Put it like right on your
hand.
Exactly.
I'll wear the
Write
shirt.
it on your shirt or something. Wear that leather coat.
Shirt.
Wear the leather coat and put a patch on the back.
Oh,
yeah.
Put the barn burner logo on the back. Like make it like a motorcycle jacket.
Like it's burned in.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I love
Remember
it.
when those boxers used to get those like temporary tattoos of like gambling websites on their forehead back in the 90s? We need to do that with Rhett when he does national broadcast. Just the Barn Burner podcast.
Well, we've had him on a few times. The second time we made sure to announce it about 10 times because he forgets to bring it up. So
yeah, on After Hours, the host did the same thing. Rhett was trying to take credit for that. We're like, no. They knew you'd forget and they mentioned it. And asked you about it.
Yeah, exactly. Scott Oak, you're like, hey, can you please at least give him a shout out?
Because like you say, Jamie, the machine never stops.
That's
never
right.
stops.
Yeah, it never stops for sure. We were talking about last night's schedule. Yesterday we were laying it out. It's like, there's a banger. We knew the Flames and Hawks were not going. It was not going to be a banger, but there were some beauties last night. We had overtime in 3 or 4 different spots in Florida, Boston. Both teams felt like they were winning that game at some point. They were getting after it. Marchand's fighting the tallest guy in the other team. It had just a little bit of everything. I could take a best of 7 out of these two.
Oh my God, again, yes.
Best of 14, fit whatever they want to do. I'd be in.
They were playing for keeps last night, and I loved it. That is playoff hockey where both are sitting there going, okay, we want that first overall or first in the division. Because we don't, I don't know if they want the Leafs in the first round either. And the Leafs are a pretty good team, but I would say that those teams, I look at Florida and Boston kind of just slightly above the Leafs, just based on their pedigree, the way they compete. But, the Leafs are a very good team too. And I think they're trying to, those two teams, there's no love loss, obviously, because of the history of going back to last year. But they're also jockeying for position, going, hey, if we get first, there's a chance, I don't know who they would get. I mean,
Washington, Detroit type, hopefully not Tampa, maybe Philly if they slide. Like, you'd rather face those teams than the Leafs, right?
Agreed, 100%. I think it is. And again, I always come back to it. Careful what you wish for, because as we see all the time, Toronto fans were cheering, we want Florida. We want Florida when Florida beat Boston. We saw how that unfolded. Yeah. So I always go back to careful what you wish for. So, it's to me, I think those two teams are top tier. But think about it, guys. There's realistically, I don't know how you guys feel. There's a 10-pack of teams, maybe 12, that you can make an argument to go, that team could go deep and win a Stanley Cup.
Yep, 100%.
And which is, that's what Gary wants, what the league wants is parity. It's there. The parity's there. Winnipeg loses 4 in a row. They got a loser point last night. All of a sudden they're chasing. A week ago, they were up for the President's Trophy. They were up for, first in the conference, first in the division. Now they're 3 points behind. That's how tight things are, and a bad week can put you in a tough spot.
Yeah, they're in 8th now. That's wild.
Was it yesterday where it was the 1 point separating
7 teams?
7 teams from first?
1 point. Like, that's nuts. Absolutely insane.
It's good for the league if you just like hockey. If you're a hockey fan and you go, hey, this is great. I think there's individual cities and people that love individual organizations going, this stinks, because, you're wanting your team that's had a great season at 97, 98 points, and you're 6th in the league instead of 1st. And the Rangers broke the 100 plateau last night, I believe, wasn't it? They're at 100, right?
Yeah.
So
first team to get the X.
Yeah. So it's exciting. I think it's great. We're going to see some great hockey here the last 10 games, where there's some teams that aren't going to be able to be afforded the luxury of taking their foot off the gas or maybe resting some players if they believe in jockeying for position.
Yeah, there's not many teams that don't have anything to play for if they're heading into the playoffs. Most of them are still fighting for a 1 seed or home ice or to get out of a wild card into a 3. Like, this is pretty good stuff. We've had seasons where it's just, like, to your point, rest guys, we'll wake ourselves up with some coffee before the playoffs. This thing's we put to bed.
Yeah.
What do you make of Nashville? I wouldn't have put them in that group, but now it's the longest undefeated streak of the season.
Them coming back, because I'll be honest, they weren't on my bingo card last night. They were kind of, hey, I'm going to have a side eye on that one because there was just so much. You mentioned Boston, Florida. I was watching the Leaf game. I was watching the Edmonton-Winnipeg game, the Calgary-Chicago. Luckily enough, I've got enough TVs at the house here where I've got it all set up and you can watch.
Humble brag. It's all right.
It is a humble brag, but it's our business, boys. That's what you got to do. You got to be equipped. And there's somewhere in there, there's a write-off. I don't know how, but
have booze. That's my.
But no, honestly, so I was side-eyeing and going, okay, Vegas is going to end their streak because it was 4-1 or something.
3-0 and then 4-1.
I blink and I'm like, what the hell happened there? So Nashville has to be taken seriously, even though everyone looks at them and goes on paper, okay, they got a goalie and they got a defenseman and they got a bunch of really good players that kind of work hard together and a coach that we all like.
They remind me of the Flames that your guys' squad no 4 in a sense.
What are you laughing at?
I'm laughing because They're 10th in the league in points, and we're going, well, maybe we should pay attention to them. They might have
Yeah,
a
and it
chance.
took 18
They got a
games in a
great
row getting
coach
a
and a
point to
great
get there.
goaltender
Yeah.
and a really good D.
But
Maybe.
you're right, Rhett, though. But a month and a half ago, we were talking about is UC Saros going to block a Markstrom trade because he might be available. We're talking about they had cleared people out. Trennan gets traded. You're moving players out, and Barry Trotz is going, okay, I'm not sure what I'm doing here. And then all of a sudden, the galvanizing, hey, you're not going out in Vegas. Like, to hell with you too. And obviously, they've rattled off 18 in a row now, where I think you look at last year. Remember, the Florida Panthers were, stumbling along, and then it was Keith Tkachuk, I believe, on an Ottawa radio station that called them soft.
Yeah,
and the team just took off after that. Like, there are moments where you're like, okay, something that galvanizes a team. The U2 thing of Vegas, night out might have galvanized that group to screw you. We're doing this. Something has brought that group together, because I was kind of in the middle of it. I did Ottawa, Nashville, February 26th, just before I came in for the Kippers thing, and they won that game. But just watching them, they had the goaltender, they have D that moved the puck, and they have four lines that to compete and check and work hard, and they've got some skill. So I wouldn't sleep on them, but they're still, for me, on paper, just slightly below some of the others that we've spoken about.
My concern for them was they being so hot. How do you don't win 40 in a row? And if they're at 18,
start losing now, Rhett. That's what
the season doesn't end next week. There's
a lot to go.
They could reel in
everyone's
Winnipeg.
Everyone's opinion on Vegas. Now, everyone's like, well, they're waiting. They just got to get in the playoffs, and then they'll get healthy, and then they'll get good. I don't see it that way. I think this is a team that's made a million moves, and they aren't as sure of themselves, and they've got players instead of a team nowadays. And I think they're stumbling. Can they resurrect it? Sure. They got 10 games before it even ends. But that, to me, is a team where there's feel that way. Maybe I'm an idiot.
No, I don't think you're wrong, because you look at teams. I think it's hard in this league to just show up and turn it on. Like, there are special players that can just, hey, I'm a great player. Give me 3 days of practice and I'm back. But that's not everybody. That's outliers. That's, special players. So, is Thomas Hertl all of a sudden going to go, yeah, I'm ready to go, and I'm going to be at playoff speed immediately? Mark Stone, guys like that. And I think Mark Stone's a special player, in the way he plays. He will be able to adapt immediately.
We've seen it before, right?
You're right. But Hertl hasn't played a minute with these guys. So if they throw him on the power play, as we all know, it's habits. It's running routes. It's don't think, just react, because I know that guy's going to be there on the back door. He's never played with these guys. So unless he's got some sort of virtual thing where, he's doing things, sensory arena, I think that thing is where you put over the face. Yeah. So like that type of stuff, it still takes chemistry and timing, but I will say this, as much as I want to count Vegas out, I can't, because they're Vegas, and all they've done for 6 years is just bully their way through and change the narrative of everything we think about them. And, so I'm not going to sleep on them and go, yeah, it may not be their year. It might not be their year this year, but I still think there's a chance, just based on the way that team conducts their business. They've had amazing coaches. You're fired, moving on, which is insane. Like, but it's almost like George McPhee just says, it doesn't matter. Kelly McCrimmon and him go, we're moving to the next player. Riley Smith, love you. Thanks for your business. Out you go. Pittsburgh, way you go. Like, it just, stuff like that. You don't see that type of cutthroat in other organizations.
Well, and it's Marchessault that comes up this summer too. And that's with Hertl's money coming in and a healthy Stone, theoretically, there's a thought that, that might be the next guy cut on the ruthless list. It was Schmidt. It was Marc-Andre Fleury. Now it's this guy. It was, Pacioretty. Like, they are ruthless, and it's it's actually kind of just being efficient and not letting emotions get involved, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I've said this before. You have to be a sociopath to be a great manager, I think, in pro sports, because you can't allow the emotion get tied to it. We've seen so many mistakes with emotion tied to it because that guy won me something. That guy, I'm close with the family. He just had a kid. Can't do that to this. But if you just look at it from a pure business standpoint, they've gotten in front of some of the things, the mistakes that other teams make, where you're like, okay, I know I'm going to re-sign this guy to a 7-year deal or a 6-year deal or 8-year deal. And yeah, we're going to have to chew on the last 3 years of the contract, but that won't be our problem. Well, that does hand down to the next generation a problem. Vegas they didn't have the contracts to start off with, so they haven't inherited any bad contracts. Everything they've done, they've created.
Yeah.
I do wonder, because it has worked great for them, but I do wonder if it's a little bit of buying all your stuff with credit cards, because they've mortgaged the future and it's been great so far. But all it might take is one thing to kind of slip. And I guess if Mark Stone can't play, then he retires, you get that money back. Hurdle is 30, and he's got how many years left? 5 or 6 on that deal?
4 more. Yeah,
goes
3
to the
more.
end of the 29-30 season.
Yeah, more than that, Jesus.
And I mean, good player, but he's never been up for the scoring race or you know what I mean? It's at some point, I do wonder though, if the run ends and where you needed some high-end talent like the Suzukis and maybe some guys that you would have drafted, because we know where their pick, the 2026 pick belongs to the Flames, the 2025 pick, right, is gone, or they have. Anyway, I just wonder, they've been chasing it and it's admirable for sure, but I wonder if there's some hard times coming.
I would
at at least one cup.
I would say yes, but if you are a diehard hockey fan, they don't have to make excuses for the lean times coming. They won their Stanley Cup and they did it, in their 6th year. But there is lean times coming. The one thing I would say to help maybe make it less lean is they are not shy to spend money. So if they worked on a tight budget, that's when you're like, okay, we're going to have to chew on this guy's deal for the next couple of years and let it run out. Where Bill Foley goes, we'll pay to make this go away. A lot like, the Toronto Maple Leafs flexed their financial muscle, where they created, we joke around in Toronto, Robidoux Island. Right? So, this guy, Jared Cowan gets traded to Toronto, $4.2 million. Mike Babcock's hip tightness, I think he has. This guy just disappeared. I don't know. The Hockey News can't find him right now. I don't know where he is. Like, he's just disappeared. Like, and he was not an old guy. I think he was mid-20s, 27 and 28. Like, so I look at it, if you're willing to spend and be creative, it might soften the blow of just a traditional, hey, we're in a rebuild and we're on a tight budget, so we can't make player X go away. We just have to outweight that, where I feel like Vegas would get creative and go, we're making, this guy's going to disappear. We're going to pay him to go away type of thing. So that would be the only thing that I would think make it less lean.
They also get the benefit of guys going there for less, right? Yep. They're cumbersome contracts, so they may not have any at this point or whenever they arise. They're still less than other teams' cumbersome contracts.
Yep, they've been smart.
It's not just smart. The guys go there for less because of the taxes.
Well, they kind of outbid everyone for Pietrangelo, though, didn't they? It just happens to also be a nice tax spot. Like,
what did Petro get? Is he at 8?
8.8, and that at the time was a lot of money. It wasn't Doughty Carlson money, but he wasn't quite in that class, and he's now 34.
And even the Hurdle trade, I think San Jose is keeping 17% of that.
It goes down from 8 to 6.4 or whatever. Yeah,
I don't think they have to overpay to get anyone.
I agree with that. Yeah, and they'll get old soon. Like, nobody stays a contender forever. Like, when Stone is old and Eichel's old and Petrangelo's old, they don't have young 20s coming. But it's hell of fun here, right?
But if they've revamped the whole equation, or I don't even know what the right term is. If they're looking at it differently from the start, they may approach it differently. Like you said, they might make preemptive moves to never get to that point.
Right.
Like it just feels, and I mean, we're blowing smoke up their ass because they've been so good, and it's where everybody's jealous of how they've done things. But they might have a totally different game plan. We always say chess or checkers. They might be playing, what's that other game?
Baccarat.
Like, right? Like they might be playing a whole nother game, and where everyone else is just like, what the hell's
3D
going on
chess.
over there? Like we don't even know.
You're right. They might have a reset where it's like, we know this is coming, so we might move a top tier play. Like Jack Eichel's all of a sudden available because we are gonna, we're gonna spin him into assets and take his 10 million and use it on 3 players at 3.5 type of thing. Like you're right, there are creative ways, but Father Time is undefeated. So Pinder, you like eventually you're looking at Pietrangelo going, the wheels have fallen off.
Making 9. Yeah.
Theodore, Stone can barely get around. But that's where I come back to. It's like, okay, creative. How are we making these players go away? Because I'm in Toronto. Matt Murray is all of a sudden on the ice skating the other day. I'm like, where the hell did this guy come from?
You talk about coming back from the dead.
Right. Like that's so, how are they going to deal with that? Well, that's another player they've been paying. If you look at cap friendly, I think the Toronto Maple Leafs are paying like $100 million in salaries.
Yeah. Just lots of LTIR guys. Like Matt factor in Klimberg too, right? Like there's a lot of guys they just paid to go away that aren't healthy.
It is what it is, but you're allowed to do that within the CBA. I know people yell and scream about Vegas and, some of the other teams that have, we'll call it cheated the system. Well, you don't like it, change the system.
They're playing by the rules.
Yeah.
So I think I figured it out because it's like, how do you invent a rebuild or a reload that we've never seen before? And everyone has to play by the same rules. There's only one tool in the kit that no one's used. You know what Vegas would do that would fit them personally? When they get old, they'll go and offer sheet a 20-year-old stud that someone can't afford. Like they'll finally use the tool, and all the other GMs are like, like, guys, it's been there forever. You could use the offer sheet too.
I'm telling you,
their draft picks though is the only thing. So
that's true.
Yeah,
it is true. But last summer on free agency, I was sitting on the panel with Gino Retta and Marty Biron, and I was shocked. We were talking about free agent goaltenders, and I said, why the hell is nobody offer sheeting Jeremy Swayman? Because what that would have done is got you a potential number 1 goalie, because I think Swayman is more a 1 than kind of a 1A, 1B type of thing. He's 25 years old. And that would have jammed the Boston Bruins up so badly.
Totally.
From a cap structure. So that would have potentially broken that tandem up immediately. Or if he signs it, then all of a sudden they may not be able to do some of the things that they were able to do to fill out that team. But that is a tool that I believe in. That is kind of like, it's like the code, and I get it, but if you aren't going to head down that direction, you're not using all the tools to your disposal if you're a manager. And, not everybody falls into that because the player still has to sign it. The player still has to want to sign an offer sheet. But if the number's big enough, that would have been your starting goaltender, or at least your 55-game starter.
Yeah.
For the next 7 years, we'll call it.
And it was Ottinger the summer before.
Yeah.
Which was crazy because he was coming off that series of Calgary where he was like 970 or something crazy, and no one even offer sheeted him. And Dallas was in a tough spot with the cap. And you're like, it's right there, fellas. Stop being pals and start trying to win a little harder.
Well, and if it's not pals, it's just you anticipate at some point you're going to be in that same kind of crunch.
Yeah.
And you don't want somebody to come and pull your pants down.
Well, yeah.
If not collusion, then it's just trying to stay out of your own way.
There is that for sure, but
I hope you're around long enough as a GM to
totally. Yeah, you'd hate to be gone in 3 years and not have offer sheeted someone and no time for vengeance. Like, come on. Well, if you're swimming in cap, do it. Like I'm thinking, we talked about it last night. There's no quick way for the Flames to get back to contender. You might be able to sneak in and be in the mucky middle again soon, but to get back to contender, it's going to take time because you don't have a number 1 center, you don't have a franchise D, and you're not sure what you have in net behind Markstrom quite yet. There's no star wingers. Like it's just
there's no star centers.
An offer sheet could change that this summer. Nothing else speeds up the process. And I the more I think about that chat we had last night, Dean, like I wonder if Connie has the balls for that.
I think he has the balls for it. Who would be the player? But that's the
Well, I mean, it's anyone in a cap pinch, and you're right. It has to be the right guy. But the point is that we just talked about there's opportunities every year to do this. No one even seems to care, though.
well,
And especially, sorry, Jamie, I was going to say, especially now when you've acquired so many surplus picks.
that's where
And
I was
cap
going.
space, yeah.
Yeah, he's got nothing but cap space and picks.
Yeah.
So it would be
Like, when are they going to be in a cap
favorable.
pinch? Like in 5, 6, 8 years? Like, go.
But you have the currency with picks to do it.
Yeah.
So you can overpay, and you would have to overpay. Keep in mind, again, I say this all the time, the Calgary is not the destination of choice for everybody. So you're going to have the cold weather tax, however you want to call it, Canada tax, if it's a US born player. To go there, you're going to overpay. The overpay will have to be the player has to want to sign that deal to make a boatload of money.
Yeah.
And then he's going to Calgary for 7 years. And
like Natchez this summer, there's a guy.
Marty Natchez, yeah. I mean, he's a good player. You're right.
And Dundon loves offer sheets, doesn't he?
Well, that's what I was going to say. Not every offer sheet works out because Kotkaniemi, I mean, he's on the fourth line there, and rightfully so. Like he was a guy for me. I think Berge put him in the NHL too quick. So in Montreal, I don't think he developed the way they wanted him quick enough, or in playing in the minors, then going to the NHL. And then the offer sheet was more like a petty thing.
It was, and that's kind of what I was saying is Montreal signed Aho to the offer sheet. So then Carolina says, okay, we'll just sit here and wait until you've got somebody. And it depends how it comes out in the wash. Did they really get effed by it? Probably not. I'm sure they like to have
Byfield this summer, boys. Pay him 10 a year. Quentin Byfield. Let's go.
What
LA can chew that.
You know what's crazy though? Montreal did Carolina a favor because Aho at $8 million, like he's a top. It's an unbelievable.
Wasn't even a tough
deal.
spot. It wasn't even a tough spot.
Like it was kind of a mid-level. Like it was almost. And I would not know the truth in this. So I'm friends with Mark Bergevin, but he would never talk business about that with me. But Rick Dudley was in management for Carolina at the time. Like I almost felt like, and it seemed like Waddell was pissed with the retaliation of the Kotkaniemi, but it's like they did them a favor. It was a mid-level offer sheet. Yeah. Like if it was north of 10, now you're looking like now it's serious and it jams you up. And $8 million, he probably was going to get more if he really wanted to twist the screws a little bit. So,
and what's weird about that is it kind of gives you a look inside what the negotiations must have been like with the Hurricanes. Because if he signs that deal, he couldn't have been getting that offer from Carolina, you wouldn't think. We know that Dundon is, he could be a little bit petty or whatever the case is. So yeah, did him a favor. But then at the end of the day, you kind of screw, do you need Kotkaniemi? Do you really need that?
No, you don't.
Didn't need that at all.
Replaceable piece.
Yeah, he is he's a guy that's still, I mean, he's still young, but I don't see the upside. Like, I don't see him as a top 6. I think he gets to a top 9 when he fills out. That's the way I feel about him. But I might be wrong on him.
So how are we doing, James? Everything good? We're, trade deadline's come and gone.
Up for you.
Good. I don't know. I just realized I still have like I did
what you do in your private time, Jamie. We're not judging.
I did a full physical this morning. Last week. And then they test the heart. They test, they do all the MRI stuff and all that. And I had the heart test this morning. They inject the dye and then you have to do the treadmill and all that. So just finished that. But then I'm sitting here and I realized I still have those electrodes on. So.
I thought those were nipple tassels.
I was going to say, we can see the mirror on your ceiling in the background.
Yeah, exactly.
Conversion chair.
There it is. There it is. The electrodes. But no, all good.
Pasties.
Busy. Yeah, pasties. Exactly. Just in the wrong spot. No, I just got home. I'm just sitting here in the house. Nobody's yelling and screaming here. There's no kids. It's all good.
Perfect. Well, Rhett's going to book the RV. You'll let him know when, Rhett, where you're going to pick him up.
It's going to be wicked.
What's the name of the band again? What's the name of the band?
Strictly Hip.
Strictly Hip.
Yeah.
All right. Pencil me in. I'm in.
Perfect. Appreciate you, James. Have a good week, buddy.
Thanks for having me, guys. We'll chat soon.
You bet. Jamie McLennan here on the Insider Hotline. And yes, with TELUS, world-leading technology to drive meaningful change. They transform healthcare, making the food supply more sustainable, reducing the environmental footprint, helping Canadians in need. TELUS, the most giving company in the world. You can learn more at TELUS.com/givesback. I mean, he's so concerned. Hey, I have a heart thing this morning, but I'm going to try and get back as soon as I can to get on the show. It's like, dude, we'll be there when you get there. Don't rush. He cares more about this show than we do.
You should have given him your advice when it comes to the heart thing.
Just pour some gravy on it.
You don't want to know what's going on with that.
You don't want to know.
Ignore that.
Ignorance is bliss, and then ask for seconds.
Don't want to know. Don't need to know. Oh, you're in bad shape.
Yeah.
Stunner. Yeah.
You went to school for that, huh?
Huh. Is that right?
You went to school for that. Oh, Rhett gets those. The docs are catching strays now.
You know, if you don't mix in a salad and maybe start exercising as you get older, your chance of dying is going up.
Yeah, you don't say.
It's a good thing I'm sitting down because holy shit, I can't believe what you just hit me with. They keep saying dying, that death is coming, and I just keep waiting.
It's like this rebuild. How long is it going to take?
How long is it going to take?
Let's go.
I like this Byfield idea.
Oh, fuck. The challenge for the Flames right now is that until we see how the standings finish next year, your first rounders in play with Montreal for that Monahan deal, right? Otherwise, they have all their picks.
Because you can't do an offer sheet with somebody else's picks, even if it's 4 first rounders, they have to be your picks in any offer sheet.
Yeah, so maybe you could send Florida's first to Montreal in lieu of yours with 2 fourths or something to say thank you. But God, it's all for LA, maybe just to match anyway. Right?
Yeah, and you know what? That has happened before, where teams have reacquired their own picks.
Yes.
And it's okay. So what?
The Flames did in the Foley deal.
Then the radar starts. Yeah, the radar starts go. Okay, so what are you up to there? You stinker? Are you up to something? And I think how it goes, just in talking to guys, they'll rather than do the offer sheet, they try and trade for the player first.
The threat of the offer sheet. Yeah, like, hey, you know you're a little vulnerable here. This guy's due for a huge raise. You don't have the cap space. We could do that, or on your terms, we can work a deal that works for both sides.
Start a new trend, Conrad. Be your own man. You're in the New York State Hockey Hall of Fame.
Yeah, you are.
Is that thing in an RV too?
These other ass hats and worry about that. And you're old. It's not like you're going to get another job.
What are you saying?
Jesus.
All in, brother.
How old is Con?
Pushing chips already? He's been on the job 8 months. Christ.
All in.
Plus,
that's it. You got to go. There's no sense waiting.
You're
like
old.
somebody's going to hire a 60-year-old fart.
He's pretty young for a GM. What are you talking about?
It feels like kind of young, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's 52. He's a spring chicken for GMs.
Oh,
how old's Lamoriello?
They let
like
GMs
100?
be old and ignorant and complacent. And
you know what we need to do? We need another one of those. We need 2 more dumb GMs in the league. We need Benning to get hired and Chiarelli to get brought back. It's too hard to screw people. They got smart GMs everywhere now.
Chiarelli would be a big win for the.
Well, Ken Holland's up. Maybe Chiarelli could come back to Edmonton.
So well, the first time. He's a genius. The newest, hottest thing in GMing.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, guys, we got to talk about last night's game. It's time for opening statements. A presentation of McLeod Law. Shane King, a partner in the Litigation and Dispute Resolution Group, specializing in areas like employee rights. Shane knows that being laid off or terminated can be hard. Shane will review your situation, make sure you've been treated fairly, as the law requires, using a practical approach in plain language, not some legal jargon. It's McLeod Law. So we get into it. Yes, the game last night, a 3-1 defeat. Peter Mrazek, not overly challenged, not overworked, certainly last night.
No.
I guess here's from doing the show last night, we had some questions. I think what the concern is, it's not about whether you're on Team Tank or you. I don't think anybody's under any illusions that there's going to be playoffs this year. It's just what are we going to see for the next 3.5? What is it? 10 games? What do we got?
Entertainment.
What are we
Peak level?
settling in for?
11 games left. That's
because Ryan kind of characterized it. This was one of the most listless affairs that we've seen this season. You go back to when, oddly enough, that St. Louis game early in the season when Huska was benching Huberdeau and all of that. It was not great then.
Sharks a couple of weeks ago with Wolf and Net.
Not great.
Chicago the other time was brutal. There's been a few stinkers, a lot of them in October, to be fair.
So it's hard if you're looking for team rebuild. Yeah, we want to get young, play the kids. We want to do this. This is some of the aftertaste that's going to go along with that.
Can I jump in?
Of course.
Or do you want to finish your whole statement?
I'd love it if you would.
There's a difference though when, like, for San Jose, horse shit the whole way, and they've been it's been a very level horse shit routine for 72 games or whatever they're at.
Yeah.
The Flames actually played hard enough to put themselves into a playoff battle of sorts.
Yep.
And when the door closes on those, way harder to stay motivated.
100%. They worked so hard to get back into that.
Yeah. So my fear is it's going to not be very good to watch.
And the fear would result in an even higher pick than the one they have today. Like
8's good.
Big
What do they
picture.
at? 8 right now?
8, tied for 8.
8?
Remember we thought 8 could be the ceiling, like 8?
No one messes with the wheat in Saskatchewan.
Oh my God.
It's such a stretch.
Wheat is French.
Got it.
Wheat.
Well,
Yeah,
kind
yeah,
of.
thanks.
Yeah.
That
In
tied it
Saskatchewan
forward.
French,
Yeah, that's right.
wheat is how they say 8.
How do you say Saskatchewan in French, Rhett?
Yeah, that's right. It is interesting because I hadn't really thought about that. In San Jose, there's never been any illusions.
No. They were
Chicago
going
last
every
night.
year.
Did they look worried or upset? No, they're out having fun. Anaheim's going to be the same thing. Although it's probably less fun there because Pat Verbeek is just seething at this group of
He's a
idiots that
miserable
have to wear his
little prick, isn't
jersey.
he? Smile, Patty.
Oh, he's the little ball of hate.
Dude, if he was a little ball of hate before, look at the team that his name's attached to now. That man's
He's in
not happy.
Anaheim.
Yes.
It's warm. Probably got a pool in your backyard. Settle
You
down.
think that guy's not at the office, sleeping under his desk?
This is the problem.
Grinding?
With that. He surfs every day with the Niedermeyer twins, and he's
Tough
not.
winter for surf.
twins? Didn't know they were twins.
They're so similar.
And
Yeah,
the one's quite a bit older.
They both won everything.
They did, yeah. The Niedermeyer boys,
Very
just a
decorated.
collection of championships.
I'd put him right up there with the Gretzky brothers.
Yeah,
In terms of how much they
really good.
accomplished.
Yeah.
So, Dean, what we're saying is don't just get disheartened. You don't care about your heart anyway, so just enjoy the ride.
Oh, it's not so there, but there were people kind of like, so what? On one hand, I'm tired of the mucky middle.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, what's my hope? Where's my window to when can I enjoy this again? And Pinder said by 2027.
Well, the question was, when are they going to not be mediocre? It wasn't like, when will they be back into a playoff spot? Like, this could be a very fun, exciting, young, hardworking team that squeaks into the playoffs sooner than that. But that doesn't mean you're cup contender, right? Like, that's still the middle of the league.
And it was a bad night to have that big picture conversation. A night where you were not very good.
Yeah.
For a good chunk of it. And no one looked overly inspired to be there. And the other team had the best young player in the game and that sort of thing. But
and look, the biggest card they may have to play this offseason could be Markstrom, and that could change a lot of things. We talk about holes in the lineup. You might be able to address that with a Markstrom trade.
Yeah, it wasn't great last night also because of all those other games. It did influence things.
When you mean the other games, you mean?
Well, as far as entertainment, when your team is playing
No, it was
Chicago
just
and you're both out of it, and you've got Boston going at it, and Washington, and like it does matter. It makes you're like, ooh.
I think you made a good point where it's like, look, there's a lot of teams out of the playoffs, but not everyone is like downtrodden. The Flames just couldn't get close enough, and then they traded maybe their biggest like lead by example guy in the whole room in Tanev and other guys, and it's like we're we just said it, but like the bottom 3-4 teams, what are they upset about? Let's go have some fun,
somebody
let's go ruin someone's night. Let's be under. No one thinks we can win anyway. Let's just go have fun.
And I've been a Rasmus Anderson guy. I think he's been a great pick. He's been a great Flame. He has grabbed a hold of his career from where it was early on and has turned himself into a very good player. You start to think of 4 years of having Chris Tanev around. Roll the odometer back on Rasmus. This guy's been around and has been a mentor to him for a long time. And I think just in talking to some people, say, yeah, the guys like Shillington played with them, and now we're going to have to see. So what is Oliver Shillington without Chris Tanev?
Yep.
Rasmus Anderson has not looked the same. I'm guessing he'll get over it. You get into next season, the pouting or whatever, even if he's doing that. But it's just, I think that was a big shake to that crew. And the one guy who has been steady through it has been Mackenzie Weegar. Gets his 17th last night. He's right up there. We were talking, Yossi's got 19 goals. Makar's got 18. He and Rasmus Dahlin have 17. It's been a great year for Mackenzie Weegar. He's the one guy who's been pretty steady through all of the rumors and everything else that's gone on. But outside of that, it's definitely shaky on that blue line crew right now.
Rob Ray I talked to him yesterday, or was it this morning? Doesn't matter. And he was like, that Flames team?
Not now.
Not now.
They didn't generate much on that night either. Yeah. And look, there was a tough 1 month window to watch to start the year. It's probably a tough one at the end. We had
bookends.
December, January, February, where there's a pretty good hockey this team played. Remember that gauntlet run? They still have a over 500 record against the top 6 teams in the NHL, which is crazy. It's just they really seem to stub their toe against shitty teams. And it's just, at this point, it's not a small sample. It's been 2 years of this shit.
Listen, we will know by Christmas.
Yeah. When the gauntlet runs down.
I'm tired of saying it. December 23rd.
That's right.
Just talk to me December 23rd. I'll tell you what this team is. Definitively know by then. They're going to tell you. Yeah. I do wonder, though, because the Buffalo game, uninspired. Last night, not great either. I do worry about I think there's going to be a bit of a leveling off. You get over whatever it is. Okay.
Well, you'll get your trip booked.
Yeah, you're get your shit booked. You're now 3 weeks. Now you're 2 weeks. Now you're 10 days away from going on vacation.
I still say a lot of it comes back to what is your coach going to do? This is another. Huska's done so many things right and been so good. Mm-hmm. And I consider this another test, but also what a learning experience. How do I keep these guys engaged for 10 games? I realize that I can't walk in and, I could threaten ice time, this, that, but they're just so I'm going to sit for 2 games and then I go home. Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Right. Like he's going to have to find a way to get the leadership group or whoever it is to make it enjoyable.
They got to have fun because it's like, look, the playoffs are dead. And then players hang on longer than rational humans because, they've beaten the odds their whole life just to get to this league. You've beaten the odds and been told you weren't be able to do. Oh, I don't care if we're 1%. We're going to get into the playoffs. Well, now everyone knows it's not happening. Bring back Pelche. You got 2 more emergency recalls. Maybe it's Poirier later. Let the vets have an off night here or there. Play the shit out of Wolf. And make it fun. Like come in and guys, we're playing soccer today. We're not even
having
on the
soccer match, and then we're playing tomorrow's badminton. And I heard about this new thing, pickleball. I challenge all of you bastards to a pickleball game in Anaheim when we're down there out in the sun or whatever.
Yeah, it's the Flames Olympics. We're handing out medals. Let's go. Have some fun, fellas.
And that's why I got to drive to Springfield tomorrow.
Are you mooching for a job here? What the hell's going on?
No, I got to get in front of him because clearly he forgot how to sign in and get to listen to us. What are you doing with the kids? What are they going to accomplish with the Wranglers?
Well, they did bring Coronado back last
Oh.
night.
So
Definitely
that's
was
enough for
One
you.
of 20 guys that.
How'd you
put on
like
the jersey.
watching Mangiapane?
I almost feel like we need to just stop because it's bordering on
It's
the edge
bordering
of
on Huberto in
just
November.
piling
territory.
on now.
Yeah.
Because he's
But
fallen
this-
down. He's not close to scoring. He's not. It's
And even your guys you could set your watch to most of the year just haven't. Like Zeri, Pospisil, Kadri hasn't been
This
nearly
might
as
be the
effective.
fun
Coleman
part.
hasn't been as effective.
Listen,
That's why you need the kids, right?
Listen, Pinder, take it back on Pospisil. He almost scored against Buffalo. He was banging bodies last night. Take it.
Tried to run Bedard. I didn't mind.
Love him.
Pospisil's been okay. Zari's been out. He's missing games.
You know what? I'm with Pinder on this. Sit Pospisil. Send a message.
Oh.
You're here for one
I
reason.
didn't
One
say that.
reason and one reason only.
No.
You're out there to be a prick and a shit disturber. I haven't seen enough of it.
Pinder, why do you hate Martin
Marty
Pospisil?
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, love him. I'm just saying, if we're gonna look at the tape last night, and talk about forwards that weren't great, like who are we actually leaving out of that conversation?
I'm with
Who played
you.
well last night from the
I'm with.
forward
I,
ranks?
I don't. I'm not letting anyone off the hook. They were all terrible.
Yeah, but you didn't watch the game, so I mean,
I saw like 7 or 8 minutes of it at
Yeah,
least.
right.
It's
Oh,
probably
so 5.
enough.
5
like, are we giving AJ Greer a pass? Is that it? Like, what are we doing? I don't know. Fuck,
Stupid centerman.
bad game.
Those are the opening statements for McLeod Law.
It was something.
Proud of their Calgary roots, big part of their long-standing client relationships. McLeod Law, they understand the city, the people in it, the way things work, and just like the communities they serve, McLeod Law team, very diverse and sharing a commitment to making a positive impact in the city of Calgary.
Yeah.
McLeod-law.com. What do you think Warner does there when he just disappears? Just goes
He's
into
picking his
thin
nose and
air?
eating the boogers, I think.
I'm nauseous. I haven't eaten today.
That's a huge booger.
That's quite a booger, yeah.
Wow. My kid's
So
chewing
you-
his nails now. Have you had a kid go through this? What do I do? Do I need to get
So
that?
you
stuff
leave the
tasted?
show to eat and then come back.
What's the problem?
No problem.
Oh,
Okay,
son of a-
problem. Yeah.
Lids off. Oh no. I gotta go.
Yeah.
Lids off for Kippersaw.
See you Monday, Rhett. Take tomorrow. Oh, Dean, come on. Oh. I've got 3 crocodile clips. Don't you fucking go away on me. I
I'm
got
not going
3
anywhere.
crocodile clips,
I
Dean.
live for crocodiles.
He's so offended that you might turn your screen off for 30
Oh, I
seconds.
know. There's a weird moral code that you would think by now I would have figured out, but it waves and it goes around sometimes.
Are you
and it
wearing
comes
pants,
back.
Rhett?
No, I came from the gym.
So like you're wearing shorts or you're not wearing, it's just
Gym
gitch.
shorts.
Oh, okay, that's better.
Gitch.
I got Gitch on too.
Do you?
Yeah,
Mhm.
double down.
Attaboy. Attaboy.
Maybe he's doing wardrobe changes like a Prince concert here. He's just ripping through different stuff every time he changes the screen.
Is that what Prince did?
Pants on, pants off.
T's and
I think
P's.
so. Yeah,
T's
Lauren
and P's.
Mulligan says, "Good job, boys."
that's a banger.
Is that right?
Really?
Mooner.
Oh, he did he get back to you on that one yesterday? Jeez.
No, not that. No, different Mooners.
Oh, really? Okay.
I don't know what Warren
Good.
has done in his younger days. So chance.
No, I meant the other moon.
I'm aware of what you're saying, Ryan. I get it. Don't
Mm.
explain the joke.
I'm
Jesus
literally asking you if you
H.
got feedback. That's it.
Service Credit Union. The Service Big Share is back for the 6th year. It's your chance to win $1 million just by saving money. Anyone can enter by becoming a member and saving with Service. Every $500 saved gives you 5 entries into the Service Big Share contest. Here's a few quick ways to earn entries. You want $1 million? Listen up. Save in a daily banking account. Fast track your savings with a high yield savings account. Invest in a GIC Service has during this contest period with great interest rates and term lengths. Save in a TFSA or RRSP for those short and long-term goals. Bottom line, Transfer your existing savings to Service Credit Union for chances to win $1 million. Contest ends April 30th, 2024. Skill test required. 4 rules. Visit service.ca/win. That's, you see it there. SERVUS, service.ca/win. Do we want to have a chat about our post-show meeting yesterday?
Post-show.
Off air on there? Yeah.
Yeah, we had a little tete-a-tete, little
Yeah,
conference
what's up?
call.
Okay.
What do you think,
Great.
Brett?
It was great. You sounded sick, though.
Ryan asked me what I thought, and I said it was kind of what I thought. It was going to be no real surprises, right?
No. Other than you sounded sick, but you don't sound sick now.
Dean refused to come on camera. He pointed his camera at the ceiling and was unseen and unheard.
Well, Rhett never turned his camera on either. So what's the?
He was
the
on.
Diff?
Oh.
He was like, no, he wasn't. It was the camera was on.
At the beginning, we said hi, and then he turned his camera off. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Well,
I
consider
was
me.
eating. I didn't want you to watch.
That's
this.
right. Yeah.
Jeez, being polite. Jesus, Dean.
So what do we think? The future of Barn Burner hangs in the balance.
Well, I thought you were planning on retiring this summer. Was that it?
Aren't you going to be dead?
Yeah. Well, one of the two, right?
Well, I'm thinking, why wait to be dead to not do the show?
Why wait to be dead? Yeah, you can't do it when you're dead. I can confirm that.
I definitely cannot. Once I'm dead, I'm not doing the show, guys.
We could have like maybe a weekend at Bernie's thing, but that's only gonna last a show or two.
Yeah.
That's not funny anymore.
Prop me up beside the jukebox when I die. Little Joe Diffie there, retro. Yee!
No.
Yeah.
John Deere Green, though. I don't like the prop me up bullshit song. I like the John Deere Green.
John Deere Green's such a great song.
Great
And you know what? I am also fond of Pickup Man.
Yeah. Something women like about
How to
it.
pick up, man. I
Right.
never knew. You were a pickup man. See, now, if this was the show we did, I might.
This
stick
can
around.
be the show,
No,
but you
Dean-
get stuck in your ways about we have to do it professionally and this and that, and don't shut your camera
And let's
off.
be honest. You whatever we're gonna do, you're gonna be miserable. Like that's just your resting
Good
state.
point. Acceptance
Like
is
you're not waking up at 4 anymore. We have full creative control. You can talk about whatever you want.
You did like
Have what
getting
you
up.
want. No.
It's weird. He hated getting up, but he still gets up.
Yeah. He doesn't seem happy that he doesn't have to get up, even though he.
Yeah, I was up. Did the show last night thing, whatever it is.
So
Yeah,
you're up
Afterburner,
late.
yeah.
Got home, bed
Yeah.
about midnight-ish,
Ish.
1:30.
Nice
Wake
thing
up
Yeah.
1:30 till about 4:30. Up.
Doom scroll. Get a good doom scroll in.
I was just everything. It was. May
Yeah.
as well watch some YouTube. May as well go and
How does the woman that you live with handle
Feel
this?
Again, not the right approach.
Do you leave the room or?
Oh yeah, I don't. Yeah, I'm very considerate. So
with
people say
the
about
woman
me.
that you live with. Okay.
That's right. Yeah.
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 Not in this space necessarily, but yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
How's Bear? You guys gonna kiss and make up or what?
You feel like Bear would be a great companion at 4:30 in the morning. You go downstairs. I don't know who
Seriously.
the dog is. Come on, Bear. Let's spend some QT time.
Oh, he's happy to hang out all the
Get some fresh air. Maybe roll in the snow together. Huh?
How much
Yeah.
fresh air did you get yesterday? That's
How
the
about any
question.
day?
You know what you need?
Fresh
You
air.
need to get signed up for outdoor camp.
I
Yes,
got a lot
my
of
kids.
Send his ass to outdoor camp. Which
Archery, low ropes, animal game. Let's go.
I guarantee you, you spend 7-8 hours outdoor, boom, boom, at the park, sleep like a baby.
baby.
Mm.
Sweet baby. No, Pinder and I got a lot of fresh air yesterday, as you recall. We were out. We did an on location afterburner
Yeah,
last
but
night.
that was
So, yes,
inside.
I
not
was
fresh
out.
air.
I was out of the house for sure.
Well, and the Grego was stacked, so you did have to walk from your car. Like it's parking lot's full. It's busy there. Things are happening.
Jumping.
Throw any in the slots?
I didn't, although I was. It gets me every time I hear the yow, and you look
there's a
over. It's like, oh, yeah, this is for the crabs table, eh? How's it going?
Couple hoots and hollers.
Table's warm. How's it going, boys? How we
And
doing? here?
Dean, it's now a thing when we go. I look forward to it, and it's kind of like Aussie Brad. It just doesn't miss. What happened again last night?
Our server, the last time we were there, not the time that you and I went and didn't do a show.
Yeah, I faked.
But the last time, so 2 times ago when we actually did a show and Ryan and I was there, the server, she is enthralled with the Pinder mullet. She's like, oh, I just, because you actually cut it that way. I think it looks so good. I tried to get my husband to do it, but his hair's not right. Couldn't grow it that way. This sort of thing. So that was in, I guess, last month.
Feb. Now it's March.
I was there first watching the game on my phone, and then Pinder showed up, and I knew it was coming.
Couldn't even get a drink order in.
Couldn't even get it in. That hair's still looking so good.
It gets better and better.
That hair just keeps getting better and better.
Yeah. I mean, everything short of running her hands through it, Red. It was quite something. You want to talk about hyper aggressive forecheck here. This was F1 right here. Run the D-man through the boards.
You should wear a crown in that hair. It's gorgeous.
She's like
Jughead.
Yeah.
Archie Comics, right, Jack? You love Archie Comics.
I do love Archie Comics.
Now, Jughead? He's for a guy that ate hot dogs all the time.
Burgers.
Was it burgers? Yeah, you're right. God damn it.
Oh my God.
For a guy that ate burgers all the time, pretty lean. You think he's got some of that Beyond Burger stuff, the fake meat?
No, that you don't. Careful. I'll get in trouble for saying don't. But no. What was the name of the diner that he ate at?
Oh boy, I don't remember, man.
It was a diner, wasn't it?
I think so.
Yeah.
Now, where did Asshat go?
I think you should yell at him. No?
You guys, you know what? It is Pop's Diner. Well done. Look
Yes!
at this. Marcel.
Pops.
Whoops,
Thank
damn it. Get out of here. Not you. There. Marcel. Pop's Diner.
Number one. Your first star today, Marcel. Love you.
MVP of the show, Marcel. MVP today. Well done, buddy. Happy for you. Should I just throw to the Pinder Report?
Is that what's next?
Probably.
Well, can I tell you something?
Yeah.
I've always enjoyed the Pinder Report for as long as we've done it. It's been a wonderful addition to everything we've ever done.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't feel like I can contribute to things that I do. I think I could probably do the Pinder. It's just YouTube clips, really. Right?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Like if I find a snake, Pinder Report. Someone falling, Pinder Report.
Pinder Report. Guy getting kicked in the nuts,
Pinder
Pinder
Report.
Report. Yeah. It's like there's nothing out there that isn't content that would fit in the Pinder Report.
That's the beauty of it, Dean.
He's worldly. That's what he is.
God, no, I'm lazy. And so now anything anyone sees on the internet that they think's funny, they'll send to me. And all I'm doing is playing the hits.
See if
I got 3 separate crocodile videos sent to me. I wouldn't even look for them.
I found out this weekend, actually, one of your minions exposed himself.
Oh dear.
Mm-hmm.
That's awkward.
I know. And it was at Greta, which made things even worse.
Oh boy, was it the hugger?
Nice. He said he didn't realize he did it. He's like, yeah. So I sent Pinder this video about and he didn't use it. It's like, really? So you're one of them.
I don't want people to get upset. Like there's a lot of content that gets sent. If it gets left on the cutting room floor, it might get used later in the week, or maybe we've already played it. A lot of people, if you missed 1 or 2 episodes, you missed a lot of crocodiles. I got that old guy that gets bitten by the croc on the side of the golf course. We played that 4 months ago. I've got that sent to me like 10 times since then. He throws his jacket on him, and the alligator's like, I'm not an idiot. You're toast, buddy.
Yeah.
Anyway, no rats. That's their only policy.
This could be something to think about for the Christmas party show.
I've got a highlight reel. Yeah, there's 3 that have been so aggressive. I'm not comfortable putting them on the show
That's what
because
I'm getting
Boom's going
at,
to
is
vomit.
maybe some real offside shit.
There's one that even when I start thinking about it, and I've got I would consider myself an iron stomach. It's
No bueno.
like Boom is toast. I'm saving that one for Christmas show. Drinky
Hi,
show next year.
UPS driver. How are you?
I could poop right now.
You want to make it on the Pinder Report or what?
That is Pinder Report worthy. Like that might
You want me
be
to pull out the focus on the camera?
the Christmas report.
It would fit. It would be perfect content for the Pinder Report. I'm not sure if you have time though, Ryan.
Hey, listen, Dean. I've got Mama Bear landed today. I got oodles of time. I got nothing on my schedule.
Yeah.
Now, how does that work then for you? Because if my other person returns home, I don't get. It doesn't go. Oh, you're
See
off
ya.
the hook.
Yeah.
It's why.
Yeah,
you
I'm
want-
not off the hook, but I think these were extenuating circumstances, and it was very short notice. And I think, it's 2.5 weeks.
It
It's not
feels
long.
like he's trying to bank credit for doing what he's supposed
That's
to
right,
effing
yeah.
Are you
do. Isn't
kidding
that
me? Of
what-
course I am.
Can we cut his mic for a sec? I think we have to deal with this.
All right.
Like
Well,
there's a way of living life and contributing to society. It's a bit of a George Costanza take. We're all part of this society, right? Like,
Yeah.
yet his thing is, oh, my wife's having a bad go, so I had to deal with it. Now I've earned.
Yeah. Hey, I know you had to take part in some serious life event stuff. Now that you're back, I'm going to get loser pissed at the Jays season opener game tomorrow, babe.
But thanks for coming home. It doesn't feel right. Each to his own. Is that? I don't know.
I don't know either. I really don't. But hey,
It's opening day tomorrow. Don't do this to me now, fellas. Don't do
Noodles-
this to me now.
Another thought I've been having, speaking of the other people in our lives, maybe one day we let them do the show.
Oh, I think it's a great idea. I mean, if you think we go take runs at each other, like we would get eviscerated by our wives.
yeah, we would. for
Imagine if
It
they
would
had
be-
a Christmas show.
I was gonna say, if we did a drinky show with them, like I don't know who owns this thing or who's the boss. This whole thing's going under.
There's not enough
Torpedoed.
fire trucks out
No,
there.
God, no. Yeah, and McLeod Law, like there won't be a phone line open. We'll be in.
Because if you think we hate each other,
Oh my God,
our wives hate us more than anything in the world.
they have to deal with us more than like 2 hours a day.
And they have that in common. It would just be a celebration love fest over their
Yes.
hatred for us individually.
It would be an idiot gala where they all get together and take turns talking about how stupid their husband is. And it could go for hours. We could do one of those summer long form 2 weeks of this shit. Yeah.
I'm rethinking this.
Yeah. Let's put that back in the bottle, please.
Yeah.
The wives edition.
What about the kids? What if we let the boys do one?
My kids come in every once in a while. I got to set up cameras for afternoon, and then they're just like, yo, that's what they do. That's
My kids are too dumb.
your kids.
they're
Aren't
really-
dumb.
it's
Your
too
kids
stupid.
are great.
Yeah, but
No, it's
look
harder
what
on your
they're
kids
in
than
the
you.
YouTubes and the social medias. Like, there's a lot of stupid people having
I
success.
know.
Mm-hmm.
Huge. Maybe we
Look at us.
catapult them to. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
You don't want them to be like you, Dean?
If he could, because there's those videos where you watch someone play video games.
Yeah.
Yes.
The gamers. Yeah.
We could do that for sure.
Dreamers.
Yeah.
Well, and he's a big wrestling head. You're your middle guy, Dino. I
Yes.
feel like if you wanted to come on and talk about wrestling, it wouldn't be like he isn't dialed in enough or he's not sharp enough on that front. He'd be a weapon.
I wouldn't do it to you. I live it. I wouldn't make you guys live it. From morning till night. Sun up to sundown.
Wrestling.
Wrestling.
Now, is he AEW or is he just a WWE? Or is he
WWE.
anything?
Wait.
Just
right.
WWE.
For 1 second. 1 second. Is that why this guy's getting up? There's some Japanese wrestling show on at 4 or
Do you
5
want me to
in the
leave?
morning?
I'll leave.
He's get-
That's got to be it. That's gotta be it.
Huh?
Do you remember at the old shop, old Primetime Klein?
Yes.
He'd wake up at 2 a.m. to watch something in Tokyo.
100%. And you
He's
know what?
in.
We've been questioning that man as a father
Mhm.
and as a husband. And in reality, he's not getting up because he can't sleep.
No.
He's being a good old man.
Maybe he is being the greatest mentor to his son
He
that
gets
he
up,
can be.
he makes breakfast, he goes and gets the kid up when the show's about to start.
Buying him tickets to WrestleMania.
Come on down, son. Sit with daddy. Let's watch this shit.
Come on, daddy.
Up your goddamn head.
Come on over here, daddy.
There's too much action outside my window.
Yeah,
Is
you
that
got to
right?
give us a little peek here. What's going on?
Well, the shoveler left the house today, which is a shocking turn of events.
Development, yeah. Well, Dean's staying home for it. Don't worry.
Because with this new world, the shit just comes to you. There's no sense
Yeah.
in leaving.
Yeah. So good.
Now, I'll
Well,
give you. She
right.
did bring me a maple chicken bite, which
What?
From under the couch?
Show us that.
maybe it is poison. Anyway,
So we're
Today-
agreeing. Hmm.
Shush. Today, it's a big day at Mad Rose Pub. I mean, every day there's 20 beers on tap, or 20 or more, rotating taps. They got great food, great atmosphere. But today, and we've told you about the pizza at Mad Rose Pub.
Good
The
God
dough,
almighty.
the sauce, everything fresh every single day. And this is no disrespect to if you have a pizza establishment, it's what you specialize in, it's what you do. Awesome. These guys are going to give you a real run for their money.
Oh my God.
It's some of the best pizza you're going to have in the city. And today, it's pizza day at Mad Rose Pub. If
Yes,
you've heard
please.
us blathering away about this pizza, God, for years, these guys have been talking about the pizza. Pizza's so good. Pizza looks great. Pizza in the picture looks like the same pizza shows up. It's true.
Pizza.
25% off today. Pizzas every single Wednesday up at Mad Rose.
and
Now,
you're
if you
anything
go-
like Dean, you'll finish the whole wheel
Oh, you had to
Yeah,
go
you
there.
will.
You had to go there.
and then hate yourself for.
Except, you know what? Half of you will. Half of you will say, you loser.
Yeah.
And the other half will be, I had no choice. It's so bloody good.
What am I gonna do?
What am I going to
Put it in a
Not-
box? Take it
That
home?
half telling you that, what are you doing? Like, tell that guy to take a hike. You want to house a
Right.
pizza? House a pizza. What the hell?
Eat the
Who
damn
cares?
pizza.
eat it?
Jeez.
God damn it.
Eat
Yeah.
it.
So tonight's 25% off at Mad Rose. If you're with Rhett, any day can be 25% off because if you go to the washroom, you'll be missing a quarter of your pizza. The full pizza will be there tonight, and you'll only have to pay for 75% of it. Bastard.
I don't know what that means.
Appetizer stealer.
One of my favorite things to do, and I did it at Kippersoft thing, is when the food comes. I used to do this on the plane to all the fellas. They'd get the food on their tray, and I'd come over, and then, how is that?
Is that well done enough?
Is it good? Iggy loved it.
Oh,
I
I'm sure
bet
he
he
did.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah. It sounds like something guys would have a real good guffaw about.
Oh yeah.
I bet you they loved it so much. You go to Springfield, Mass to talk to Connie. He's going to hire you to change the culture in this joint.
Oh,
we need
I-
some
Oh,
fingers
Rhett.
and people's food on the flights. Let's go.
You stinker. Betting that's how that went.
Oh yeah.
Mad Rose Pub, 15 Royal Vista Place. Maybe you want some takeout. Madrose.pub is their website. Check out all the things they got going up there. And again, warmer weather coming, temps coming. They got the outdoor patio with the retractable roof. Unbelievable. Check it out. 15 Royal Vista Place. Yeah, I guess I mean, the crocodiles will only wait for so long.
And I didn't realize there's so many crocs and people near crocs on Earth. Like if you,
It's
did the
amazing.
math
Yeah, it really is.
on how many crocodile videos we've played. I don't even know if we had our first croc until the new year. Jack, like how many crocs do you think have you seen since on the Pinder Report for the last 3 months?
Oh, I saw a couple on McLeod Trail the other day because
Is that
again, we're
right?
in prime croc country here. in
Yeah,
Alberta,
yeah,
right?
it's the wet
Yeah,
season.
they
right?
stick
Which
to
is-
the sewers,
yeah.
but they're here.
Which is why it makes sense that we show so many croc videos on a Calgary-based show.
And
We
toilet
want you to
snakes
be
because that's the thing
wary
here.
of the croc. You got to be careful. The croc could get you when you go down to the river for water.
Yeah, you never know.
Well, We'll try to mix in a
fly
little bit of
fishing in the
sports.
bow. Heads up. Heads up. Village Honda presents the Pinder Report.
Can you push the button?
The Honda Civic continues to lead the way in value, reliability, and performance. Nothing here about crocodiles. Honda Civic. 10 out of 10, though, in car and driver's comprehensive vehicle testing. The Civic Type R and Civic Si ranked number 1 and number 2, respectively, in the sport compact category. It's why Village Honda is and should be your dealership for life. And I mean, it's what else? We've been telling you about this for a long time, too. It's your one-stop automotive destination in Calgary.
Yeah.
And Village Honda presents
Ryan Pinder.
the Pinder Report.
Well, it was a jovial fellow and a hairy fella.
You want to try that
Afterburner
again?
Last night.
Let's start again.
We'll just keep moving and not draw attention.
The Pinder Report. Flames fall in Chicago again. Can't beat the Hawks. It was also Landon Slager's first game.
You're welcome, Landon. He got the barn burner jinx today. Landon Slaggert.
Mm-hmm.
Nice to meet you.
Well, there you go. That's
going here,
that's some red jerseys.
Oof.
And I didn't even think we went that hard on it. It's just Slaggert.
Would have been the best Flame if he was not in net.
Now it's a 4-game losing streak for the Flames.
Yep.
And 7 of their last 9. Curious to see what happens because they've got St. Louis coming up, and that's not an easy foe right now. They've been good. They've got LA, who very much has something to play for coming in on Saturday.
Yeah.
You get into April, and then it's San Jose a couple times. You got the Ducks in there and the Coyotes.
Yeah,
and you almost wonder, are they as dangerous as teams that have something? They're playing loose. They're playing kids.
Well, the Hawks tonight.
Yeah.
Like that team's not playing for positioning. It was not a pretty viewing tonight. That was not one that we're going to tell our grandchildren about, Dean. I'm assuming we live to see our grandchildren. It's going to be a while, I think.
I know. Single light. Should have put them on. It was a headachy day yesterday, too.
That probably helped, eh?
Yeah. The game, the glasses, the light. And you know what, though? Balanced out. That one-on-one quality time with Ryan.
And it really balanced out when you took a look at the inverse standings last night, where it was a fucking banger last night, Dean. Pittsburgh, win. New Jersey, win. Seattle, win. Love it. They are passing teams like crazy, and we're onto the top page. They currently sit tied for 8th.
Come on, Seattle.
Seattle, Ron Francis, I'm looking at you. Dave Haxtell, you're fired if you don't pass the Flames in the standings. There's your ultimatum. Go.
Seattle.
Seattle. Seattle. I don't know that Montreal can get there. But, man, remember when they were like 14th, 15th? This is quite a month they've put together here after that 5-game winning streak. Good work, fellas. Here's the schedule. I don't know where St. Louis is at, excuse me. But Seattle. Like, do they feel like they're out of it? This Nashville run's kind of torched them. I don't know if they can reel in Vegas or not. They're a better team than the Flames. They've beaten them badly twice this year, but maybe they're all up in their feelings like the Flames have appeared to be the last week. And LA's good, and they're playing for stuff. That's the next 2. One on the road, one at home.
St. Louis. They lost in overtime to Vegas.
Yeah.
They beat Minnesota. They beat Ottawa. They lost 4-3 to the Avalanche. They beat Anaheim. A shootout loss to Minnesota. They beat the Kings. They beat the Bruins. They're playing well, Ryan.
Are they? Yeah. So
They're
6-3-1 in their last 10. Okay.
Do you want me to go through that again, or
No, it's just sounded like you're reading the schedule. That's all I do. So they're doing okay. Yeah.
fucking kill me?
They're too close to pack it in quite
That's
yet.
true. They're
One more
3 wins
loss.
out. Yeah.
One more loss then.
Okay. So those are the next 2. Dean, I might give you Thursday off Afterburner. Little R&R, long weekend for you, okay?
Wouldn't dream of it.
Tomorrow? Can I get it off?
Yeah, don't worry. I don't really factor you in for working much these days. Let's move on. Shane Doan has a son who apparently good at hockey. And why not get him up into Arizona, where he grew up in Scottsdale, in front of the hometown fans before they move this fucker to Salt Lake? Here we go. Tipped in front. Yeah, who's this guy fighting at WrestleMania? I don't know this guy's name.
Look at the traps on that fella.
Look at this
Jesus.
guy. Jesus, pee in this cup, please. sir.
Seriously, buddy. Looks like a sprinter in the 90s.
Hey, Mark McGuire. How many home runs have you hit this year?
God, I was at the gym. I guess I got to go back.
Hey, Ben
Go right
Johnson,
now.
before the gun goes off.
Yeah. Turn that camera off and get going.
Pretty cool. I hope he really likes
There's
Salt
some
Lake
guys
City.
that I wouldn't cheer for because they're assholes, and that's not Shane Doan. He's
Right.
a good person.
Yeah, so
Almost
who's on
too
the asshole
good,
list? Yeah,
right?
Who's the other
Just-
side?
One of the nicest guys in the world.
Did you have any good donor stories? Like, you obviously didn't play with him, but did he go on the World Stars tour with you? Did you see him off season? Did you golf with him? Anything like that?
No, Donor's an awesome
Straight.
person. He's not like me.
So you can trust
We
him
had a
and he works
nice
hard?
conversation actually once after we both retired, and we were very complimentary
Oh,
of each other's accomplishments.
that's nice.
But I don't think he wants to. He went about his business. Opposite kind of
Can you describe this a little bit further?
Just
Because-
use your hands. The words weren't working. Just keep using your hands.
Now, because so I think the point you're making is you did it one way and he did it another. So if you can't, can you describe maybe how did you do it? And then we'll just know that he did it a different way.
I did it in the after dark kind of
Afterburner?
section
Right.
of life.
Nachos, cheese, sauce.
Did it during the daylight and with conviction and purpose.
Right.
Yeah. You're nocturnal. He's not.
I'm like Dean here. I don't sleep well.
That's right.
So
Yeah. If Dean did nocturnal out of his house, that was you. Got it. Okay. Predators.
7,000 calories from Jim's Steakout. I remember doing the math the one night.
Whoa.
I had drank all night and then I went to eat. And it wasn't the drinks I was including. It was just the food that I ordered at 4:30. That's 7. Like, I don't know if I got through it all, but it was
4:30 p.m. and you'd been drinking all
all
day.
bars are open to 4 here, buddy.
So the food was good till 4:30.
Bars are open to 4. You go over to Jim's Steakout. You get some tacos. You get some taco in a bag.
Oh yeah, I got you.
Get
I
a
thought you
chicken
said-
finger sub.
Meanwhile,
Dinger.
Shane Doan is at the hotel doing burpees and cardio.
Well, you saw the guy hugging him. He's more of that stuff.
That's
Well, that guy needs to pee in a cup, to Dean's point. Yeah.
At the same time, both guys, both NHL careers.
Pretty sure he didn't have a chance to win.
Don't think so.
I was keeping track of that stuff anyway. It's just all of a good time.
Nah, just
Preds.
one goal, and I'd have one of those rings, and I'd be regarded in this. Oh, he's a
Yeah.
winner.
Brett,
Look at
either
that.
that or one video review system that actually could tell if a puck was in the net, which might be a good thing to have if you're a league with televisions.
Or if
Like
Jill,
cameras.
get the puck up, like raise it, get it up a little bit. Then
Take
yeah,
a shot
you're a
to the
winner.
eliminator.
Just one.
Yeah,
One more goal.
Counts.
I hear you,
What?
buddy.
One.
Preds down 3-0 and 4-1. Who cares? They tied it up at
The
home.
Preds,
It's
they
nuts
don't
in
care.
Tennessee. Nuts.
Still with it. Chased by Theodore. Stiff arms him. 3-man weave. Yossi hits the accelerator. Comes in! He scores! Yes, sir!
Very similar to my overtime goal.
I think he probably dedicated it to you after and inspiration, all that. Oh, that's pretty. Jeez.
It's not bad.
And that's a D man
Uh,
doing that to forwards. Usually the forwards like to walk.
Who
the
was
team.
that D man? And Rhett, how would you break down his tape there on Roman Yossi?
Well, you had Shea Theodore out there, and it
Three
was
on three.
Chandler Stevenson who was on the receiving end, and then Eichel was like, "Oh damn it!" and it just
Oh,
a
dear.
little too late.
Oh, jeez.
Oh dear. Oh jeez.
Zach Hyman hit 50 on the weekend. Someone in Edmonton built a nice highlight pack. You love to see it. What a great year he's had. Yeah, he's happy. I didn't know he used the wood stick, guys. Did you know that?
Oh,
Pete?
yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah. The old,
Yeah.
the Titan.
Anyway, 50's a lot. Congrats to Zach. Is that the thing that got everyone was mad about yesterday? Or was
That was not it. No.
Okay, because we can laugh at that, right? That's okay.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Because I mean, he's going to the tough area, Red. If there are people with more balls out there, they could score goals from those positions too.
I hate to disrespect Hyman, but
You can't apparently disrespect
I'm
Hyman. So
excited
stuff.
for him to score 50, and then he scored again yesterday, and I'm like,
51.
Oh, God,
Yeah.
now I got to hear about more of Zach Hyman.
Well, you wouldn't have. Moving on.
You don't want to go viral today?
Not really.
You're like, I'm just too tired to go viral. I don't know. I just want to lie down.
What are you guys talking about?
NHL tonight, 2 games, 2 non-Flames games, Dean, as we see Atlantic Division in play. Rhett, it's a holy shit, we didn't think rebuilds took this long bowl between Ottawa and Buffalo in the Queen City. And we've got Boston and Tampa Bay in the, when are these guys actually going to get bad? You're still good. How are you doing it? So what not to do at the top half of the screen and what you want to do at the bottom of the screen.
We've discussed this before, I believe, this Queen City stuff.
Yeah.
Queen City kids?
That's Regina.
Or Cincinnati or Buffalo. A lot of queens out there. Hear that? Or she was well-traveled. Very friendly queen.
Queen Buffalo?
Yeah. She was a little hairier.
Again, a shot at the beautiful people that grew up in Buffalo.
That's named after her. That's no big deal. Tomorrow's opening day. Let's get a look at how jacked up fan bases are with a little AI. We used to do this back when AI was new, and now we just have forgotten about AI as it takes over the world. But put back to good use with a reminder that baseball's tomorrow. Here are the average fans from each fan base. Have a watch.
Image of the average Mets fan, the average San Diego Padres fan, do the Chicago Cubs, the average Astros fan.
Oh my God.
Every Phillies fan.
Oh.
The average Atlanta Braves fan. Cincinnati Reds. Do the Cleveland Guardians.
Oh.
The average Detroit Tigers fan. Texas Rangers.
Hey.
The Oakland Athletics.
Oh.
Do the Los Angeles Angels. The average Rays fan.
Nerd.
Minnesota Twins. Lastly, a Seattle Mariners fan.
A little lonely there. Not bad, eh? Dean just wants to go away already. Rhett, what did you think of that?
That was great.
Yeah, let's do the other half of the league. Let's go.
Image of the average White Sox fan. The average Yankees fan. Do the LA Dodgers.
Oh, hello.
The average Baltimore Orioles fan. Washington Nationals.
Bill Nye.
The average Red Sox fan. Arizona Diamondbacks. The average Brewers fan.
Thanks, Ryan.
Do the Cardinals next. The average Blue Jays fan.
Oh, jacked. The
Every
Brett Laurie.
Giants fan. Kansas City Royals.
That's a Karen.
The Pittsburgh Pirates.
That's Jack.
The average Colorado Rockies fan. Lastly, the Miami Marlins. Like for part 2.
There you go. I'd ask you your favorite, Dean, but I'm not going to ask you your favorite, Dean.
Is there more?
Nope, that's it. That's probably 30. Dang, eh?
There's no way that was 30.
Do you care about the new NFL kickoff thing or no?
What is the thing?
Okay, we'll move on. Let's go to Regina Beer League hockey, Rhett.
Yes!
Things a little out of control in
Queen
Sassy.
City. Queen City.
Queen City Slashers. That was this team. That's yellow in front. A little push in the goalie. Oh, jeez. First off, get a jersey, bud. You can't be wearing your own color out there. Secondly, we don't slash people ever like that. And if you are, don't do it right on the goalie's pads. What do we do?
Yeah, Dwayne Tucker.
Yeah, is Darcy's brother?
Yeah.
Oof.
I don't know what to do.
No, settle down, guys. Whoa.
Barton Holt in Regina having a Snap show?
Come on, Bart.
Dean, we're jacked to hear you're back on the Peloton working out. Awesome to hear you're working in some box jumps as well. Got to rise and grind every day. Oh, no.
Don't you lay there.
Get up. Back on the horse.
Ooh. And I landed. You can see my hip kind of hit the dumbbell there, too. It's
Your what?
my hip.
Yeah. Now, you and Noodles are heading out on the road. When you're on the road, you got to be careful. There's certain intersections that have really bad merges and yields. You got to know where they are and be prepared.
Oi.
Hey, aha. Oof. That's a human.
That's a person.
It's a nice swerve there. Good swerve,
Sweet.
guys.
Jack, don't show that again.
Jack wanted to show you some of his old summer jobs. Jack loves doing landscape and construction work. He had to work in a crane
Fresh
once.
air.
Loves the views, fresh air. There we are. So he's got a seat there. That isn't the newest model. Oh, boy. Yee. Way up there, Dean.
I'm sorry, but the rest of the city doesn't look that new or put together either.
Yeah, the old ancient crane coast. Got to stop giving them contracts. That is too not enough money. Nope. No, sir.
Nope.
No, Jack, do we have a 95
See
or
how
we go
lucky
straight
you
to
got
96?
it, Dean? See how lucky you got it working with fellas like us?
So great.
Your comfy chair there.
No, Rhett, you know what? I tell myself every day. It's a mantra every day. How lucky I am to be with you two guys.
Yeah.
You made it, buddy.
Yeah. Imagine you had to do a real job, right?
Yeah.
We're onto the Crocs.
Okay, we're into the crocodile portion of the program. Now, you're thinking, how are there so many goddamn crocodile videos out there? Well, you know what it is? It's these damn cell phones, Rhett. People are walking around trying to film the crocs. Stop it. And look at this guy. He dropped his phone trying to film the gator, and now someone else is filming the guy's phone that was going to be filming the gator.
Maybe if the gator left, I would get it.
Yeah.
But even then.
Maybe like there's like the walking stick. Maybe it's something with like a
Walking
grabber.
stick isn't long enough.
Oh, he's gonna eat it.
No, it's
No. Oh.
Oh.
See, like you, Dean, not impressed with all these crocodile videos. Oh, it's crunchy.
They didn't have good taste buds.
He's more of an Android croc.
Yeah. That.
He's gonna eat it. No, he's not.
Wrong. More traditional meal often includes things that
check.
live in the water. Luckily, these turtles, evolution, Dean, has given them some protection.
Right.
So now get
like-
out of
it's
there
like
as
Rhett-
fast as you can. Go.
Like Rhett
go.
trying to eat one of those gobstoppers. Remember
Hooray!
those big candies?
Yeah, the everlasting. That's as fast as you can go, bud. You're hustling. So all we need to do is make phones out of that, and we're fine, right?
He's like,
Yep.
fuck!
Go. Da-dum. 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 Da-dum.
He just couldn't be bothered.
He's like, I don't know. It's like one of those pistachios where it's like there's no opening on it, Rhett. You need
Yeah.
pliers or something.
Hate those.
I
it's
ate a human baby yesterday. I'm still kind of full. But it was right there. I just figured, why not?
Do you ever, when you're horsing around with the boys, the young fellas, when you're a dad, and you can play the log roller game? Are you familiar with the log roller?
Love the log roll,
Log roller?
especially in the trampoline.
Yep. And then there's also sort of the steamroller. You can do it either way.
Steamroller, yeah.
Steamroller, log roller. Someone wants to do this with alligators.
Let's go.
There's a lot in there, jeez.
Let's go, guys. Come on.
Okay, now, Dean, is this man's house or... Can you train alligators? I don't know. I feel like you're just rolling the dice that they're not hungry.
Move. Speed it up.
Do they think he's an alligator? What are we doing?
I ask myself every day.
Yeah.
Somebody bite that bastard.
Yeah. I can see why there might be a false sense of security after a while, because maybe they don't bite you the first 9 times, right?
But it only takes
a 10th time. Anyway, we'll be back with more crocodiles tomorrow. Finally, world record. I feel like this is something up Dean's alley a bit. You love puzzling. No one will bother you. You have time by yourself. So I think this is like Jenga pieces. Someone has built an incredible temple. Let's have a listen.
1,000 blocks. It took over 2 weekends to build, and I'm really excited because next week the Guinness Book of World Records team are going to come to evaluate it, and I'm really looking forward to that.
Hello? Oh. Jeez, Brian. I don't know what to say. Sorry about this. I guess we'll go back to Dale.
Oh.
You, Dale?
His phone rang and the cord. Yeah. Sorry, Dale. Back to you. That's your Pinder Report. And back to you, Dale.
New inventory on the ground. The Northwest Auto Mall. Village Honda. Where new vehicle pricing is always MSRP. VillageHonda.com.
How many games last night?
So many.
6 bangers.
So many games. Yeah.
Rhett wants to get into the games from last night again. Now that we're 2 minutes from noon.
I'm trying to figure out the ratio. I get it's the Pinder Report. You do what you want. I just
banger to non-banger.
No, well, let's. It's a good question. Now, because he did have the clip of the Flames game, right? He had the Yossi.
Yep, Predators.
Yeah. So,
it's exclusive.
Was there anything
highlights?
Anything from the Florida Boston game?
Nope.
We've bragged about it.
It was
4-3.
4-3.
Spoken highly of the game.
Great
controversial play in that game where Kachuk was doing his kind of patented, I'm going to come in and check you with his backside, and actually lifted his foot, like lifted his skate off of the ice and came in. And that was,
drew the ire.
Yeah.
Well, and he already remember when he sliced Shifley? That was a skate
had your
up there
chance
too.
to talk. You just did the
Philadelphia had a lead, lost at 6-5 in overtime at Madison Square Garden.
Son of a.
I believe it was like a historic win as well for Peter Laviolette, one of the winningest coaches in NHL history. The return of Jake Gensel to Pittsburgh as a Carolina Hurricane.
Good point.
Detroit, Washington goes to overtime. Patrick Kane, again, a huge goal to tie it.
Showtime.
Toronto, like a crushing loss to New Jersey.
Keefe was mad.
Edmonton had a 3-1 lead, squandered it. They get to overtime, but they do get a win. Did that show up?
Hyman.
Colorado Avalanche, Nate McKinnon has that crazy home ice point streak intact. They played Montreal last night. Anything there?
They lost. Marty St. Louis back with the team.
Good.
Yeah.
Nick Suzuki.
And as good as Colorado has been, Dallas wins last night. Now Colorado they have a game in hand. They have to win that to keep pace with the Dallas Stars.
Yeah.
Jack?
Hello?
Any people eating raw eggs or snake videos kicking around?
No, we played all those.
Darn it.
Yesterday I got asked what sort of prep we do for the show.
Yeah.
And my answer was downloading crocodile videos.
Yes.
Jack, you idiots. You don't talk about business with anyone.
Don't give them the template.
Don't give them
That's keys to the city right there.
The secret sauce.
Delete this. Delete this. Delete this. Cut it. Cut his mic.
Yeah, cut it.
Friggin' boss.
Stop that.
Sorry for calling you an idiot, Jack, but
it came out pretty quick though.
Deserved.
It was very front of mind for you to call it.
yeah,
Cordero Patterson.
Huge signing.
figured it would be.
Hey, they changed the kickoff rule, so now it's more important.
Did
I asked you
hear
guys if you
about
wanted
the
kickoff
rules?
stuff. You said no,
I didn't say no. I said, what the hell are you talking about?
which is a no. I mean,
And
anytime you
you
get
know
your
what?
hands on a
The other
33-year-old.
The other part of that is we've only got so much time, Dean. We
Yeah,
can't
true,
get
and-
into this.
Because you had a thing today. You had to go.
Yeah.
Like
I
now.
wouldn't want to cut out Regina Beer League fights for this.
Exactly. You
right?
have to make choices with your allotment of time.
Mhm.
You fit everything in. Come on.
Yeah. Well, I know
Jack
a lot
on
of
the
people. I'm going to probably spend a lot of time the rest of the day. People reaching out on social media, emailing about the crocodile turtle clip.
It's a great point. And if you do have any clips, be sure to send them both to me and to Boomer at 960 Boomer on Twitter. And then, of course, what? On Instagram at Boomer Morning. Is that right? What do we?
Punch me in the face.
At Punch Me
on
in the Face.
Instagram.
Okay. You must have
And,
changed the handle.
Still have that Twitter
Yeah.
handle?
At Kill
He's-
Me Now, please, on X. Yeah, I do. Yeah.
I get it. I get it.
I hope they'll take me back. Made a huge mistake. Ryan, call
bud.
Hugel. Tell him he's won.
Tell him to order the crab rolls. He can celebrate.
Lobster.
Lobster roll.
Damn it. God damn it.
Nobody has a crab roll.
I know. It's a mistake.
Oh, it's a mistake. It's all been a huge mistake.
I mean, I didn't know you were just waking up every morning at 3 anyway. If I had known that, I would have told you not to do this. Jeez.
Time for our Betway bets.
Bet
With
you're gonna wanna hang
Betway,
on for this.
you can get a free bet up to $200 if your first bet loses. Create a new account, scan the QR code on the screen, and redeem your bonus. Place a bet, no minimum amount required. If that bet loses, you'll get a refund up to $200. You can then use that money to bet on your favorite sports. This offer only available outside Ontario. Betway, there are 2 ice hockey matches tonight. I'm going to Buffalo. Senators, Sabres. Give me the Senators money line plus 115. I'll tell you why. Ottawa, recent wins against the Oilers, against the New Jersey Devils. They've won 3 of their last 4 on the road.
Really?
Couple that with the Sabres red first game back after a road trip. 5-game trip. The last game they played was against the Flames here earlier this week. Give me the Sens money line. And I'm going to couple that. It's a pre-built bet on the Betway app. Sens money line, stick in there. Tage Thompson, Sabre, to get a point. 3 goals, 4 assists in his last 5 games. It's not the clip he was at a year ago, but he is one of the hottest Sabres right now. So give me the Sens money line win and a Tage Thompson point for a plus 240 in the pre-builts.
So what did you say about Tate Thompson? What's going on with him? He's one of the hotter stretches of the season. I'm all over that. Tate Thompson, 1 assist plus 140, 2+ points. He's got 7 points in his last 5 games.
That's right.
Plus 275. Big numbers. Very excited about that.
There you have it. What is the other game that we just completely
Tampa
ignored?
is hosting Boston.
Yeah.
Which will be actually a good team.
It's like
2 teams that are good.
Might be a banger.
Money on Tampa. Big
be a banger.
emotional win for Boston last night. It's going to be hard to match that effort.
Is that
Yeah.
right?
And your boy Stamkos with the hat trick. Is that what you're calling?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dammer.
There you have it. Create your new Betway account, scan the QR code, redeem your bonus. You're never going to get a better incentive than this. Place a bet. If the bet loses, you get a refund of up to $200. Then that money can be used to bet on your favorite sports. Only available outside of Ontario. It's Betway. Bet the responsible way with Betway.
I'll pay you to stop making that noise, please. Thank you.
All right. DoorDash. Restaurants, groceries, pharmacies, bakeries, flower shops, and more. DoorDash has everything you really need. And with Double Dash on DoorDash, you can order from multiple restaurants or stores in the same delivery without additional delivery fees. Everybody gets something they want. Brilliant. Thank you, DoorDash. And for a limited time, thank you once again. Our listeners can get 25% off and 0 delivery fees in their first order of $15 or more when you download the DoorDash app and enter promo code NATION25. NATION25. What's on the menu for DoorDash?
Those two games you talked about, Sens and Sabres from Buffalo, and the Bruins and Lightning from Tampa. And it's smaller. This is like before the big feast. You don't want to overload. It's a 2-game tomorrow, opening day for Major League Baseball. Be ready, people. Be ready.
So I feel like you need to do something for tomorrow's show.
Wow. And so this is where you do want me to do something, but you also are ridiculing me for trying to bank brownie points and go get hammered and watch baseball tomorrow. Which one is it, Dean? You can't have it both ways. I can't be an asset for doing
your
it. Your
world, Pinder. You have to make your own decisions. You're an adult.
I know, kind of. And I would say I'm angling for it, but I'm not sure how or if I can
water
pull it off.
first. Test the water.
Yeah, dip a toe.
Yeah.
And I know that you would alter your plans based on what Rhett and I said.
Oh, yeah.
Very clearly. Massive role models and influences in my life.
Ryan, are you really going out to watch come on now.
Let's
you know what?
Bed. You've had enough.
I was going to meet Brusty and John Bender and get just completely shit-faced.
That's a great idea. I should text those guys.
Boom and Rhett were kind of saying, it's maybe I shouldn't.
I don't know what tomorrow looks like. There'd be a lot of jet lag here.
Mm-hmm. Where are you flying to?
Not for me.
Yeah, because you don't care about it. I mean, let's be honest.
I gotta go.
See you, Rhett.
I just fucking hate everything.
I know. You always have.
Dash that for the win.
That'll do it.
See ya.
I guess we'll see you tomorrow, guys.